Damn. All right, folks, brace yourselves. I know some of you might be exhausted already, but for the third time today, we have a major breaking update in the ongoing and ever escalating civil war between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. As we discussed in a previous video today, Trump finally publicly addressed Musk on live TV in the Oval Office, and among other things, accused him of having Trump derangement syndrome. But he also downplayed Musk's contributions to his re-election victory, saying that if Musk hadn't endorsed him or hadn't supported him, he would have easily won anyway. Well, that triggered Elon Musk, and Musk publicly proclaimed that without him, Trump would have lost re-election and Republicans would have lost the House. This might be the point of no return for these two. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, we played several clips from Trump's Oval Office meeting today where he addressed Musk, and he started out very visibly nervous, but seemed to work himself into a fury as time went on, as he reportedly was furious behind the scenes, but was intimidated from taking public shots at Musk for days. But when asked about it, he worked himself up, and he said a lot of things. He threw a lot of shade at Elon, including this right here.
So we've done a great job. Elon knew that. Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up and campaigned for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway, even if the governor ran, the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota, he's a sick puppy, that guy. That poor guy, I feel sorry for him. But they made a bad choice with him. But if you pick Shapiro or anybody else, I spoke to him recently about his house being set on fire, which was terrible. But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill.
Okay, so we don't need to relitigate that. I just wanted to remind you that Trump says basically Elon was superfluous. He was unnecessary. It's all about me. I would have kicked ass anyway. He made no difference. Well, that really triggered Elon Musk. So Elon Musk took to Twitter in response, X in response, and said, without me, Trump would have lost the election, Dems would control the House, and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate instead of right now 53-47. He followed that up with such ingratitude. In other words, Elon Musk is publicly saying to the only man who's as malignantly narcissistic and thin-skinned as himself that it's not about you. It was about me. I was the game changer. My $275 to $300 million, my public endorsement, my frequent campaign visits with you, the leveraging of my social media platform, all of that is what really made the difference. And without that, you would have lost the election. That is a stunning thing to say to Donald Trump, who values crowd sizes and his ability to win elections above all else. That's why I say this might be the point of no return for these two. So it's not just that. Musk also took shots in other ways as well. Some guy, Jesse Pelton, said, man, this guy would win in a landslide. And he provided screenshots of times that Trump is complaining about debt and deficit and advocating fiscal responsibility. Elon Musk replied to this saying, where is this guy today? Donald Trump. Well, of course, the truth is, this is kind of Musk's stupidity here, Donald Trump has never been fiscally conservative. He's lied about being fiscally conservative because he's an inveterate liar, but any smart person would have known that because you could have looked at Trump term one. Trump deficit spent all 4 years he was president. His first year, his second, his third, even before COVID. This idea that Trump was a beacon of fiscal responsibility until COVID forced him to spend profligately is ridiculous. He was fiscally irresponsible by conservative standards from day one. And anybody paying attention knew it. Those $2 trillion tax cuts for the rich, the 2017 Tax Cuts and Job Act, those didn't pay for themselves. Even without COVID, he added $4 trillion to the national debt, a staggering sum in a 4-year term. With COVID, due to a crisis he mismanaged, because he didn't prepare the American people for it. He lied. He downplayed the threat, the risk of COVID, allowing it to proliferate and spread. He downplayed and undermined the medical advice of his own medical advisors, again, allowing the spread, causing the economy to shut down, ratcheting up the body count. That was Trump's fault. Trump took a crisis, made it worse with his incompetence. And as a consequence, he presided over an additional $4 trillion worth of spending. He added $8 trillion total to the national debt, the biggest contribution by far in a 4-year term. That was Trump term 1. So I don't know who Elon thinks he was fooling. If you were paying attention at all, you had to have known, unless you're an idiot, that Donald Trump was fiscally irresponsible by conservative standards. But it wasn't just there. Again, Elon Musk replying to Donald Trump about the debt ceiling deficit. Wise words. No member of Congress should be eligible for re-election if our country's budget is not balanced. Deficit's not allowed. That was Donald Trump back in 2012. Elon Musk says, I couldn't agree more. Autism Capital on Twitter says, Elon continues to mount the high school pressure campaign. Elon Musk retweets that, endorsing that notion. He also called Donald Trump a liar, as I mentioned in a previous video. So when Donald Trump says, I'm very disappointed in Elon. I helped him a lot. He knew the workings of the big, beautiful bill. Elon Musk calls him a liar. He says, false. The bill was never shown to me even once, and it was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. And we are hearing stories of people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and others as well saying, you know what, actually, I voted for this thing without reading it all the way through, like a provision that prevented, states from regulating artificial intelligence for 10 years, a 10-year moratorium. It's an indictment of the Republican Party's inability and reluctance to read. So we're also hearing that if, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, we might even do a video about this, just says, hey, listen, if this gets sent back to the House and this provision is in about AI, I'm not voting for the big, beautiful bill. So this is a problem. Is it necessarily going to destroy or derail Donald Trump's one big, beautiful bill? No, not necessarily. But if you take all this at face value, if you take how difficult it was for House Republicans to vote for this thing, I mean, they eventually got it through. And if you take at face value the public mutinies from various Republicans in various corners, from Josh Hawley to Rand Paul, Ron Johnson, Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, if you take all that at face value, this bill is in serious jeopardy. And Elon Musk, publicly attacking Trump in this way will create a permission structure for other Republicans who are thinking, shit, I need to have a career outside of Donald Trump or beyond Donald Trump once he leaves office. And I don't want the world's richest man to be pissed off at me and throwing tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars into primarying me or getting me thrown out. This creates real pressure on Republicans. Now, I'm not saying this bill is doomed. I'm just saying the struggle for Trump is now even greater. So I'm refreshing right now to see like if something's happened, even because again, Elon Musk is a prolific tweeter. A prolific shit poster and everything else. I mean, I'm just curious if he's responding in real time. I mean, there's no telling where this is, but what I do know, assuming this isn't some sort of elaborate Machiavellian scheme, Elon Musk publicly putting Trump on blast about, hey, it wasn't you, it was without me, you're nothing without me, you're a loser without me, you would not be president, you'd probably be in jail at this point. That's escalating the rhetoric. And again, just taking it at face value could potentially be the point of no return for these two. So hopefully that's the last breaking update that will happen today. But definitely I'm excited to see where this goes because, again, I can't stress this enough. Both of these two suck. Donald Trump is not the hero. Elon Musk is not the hero. They suck in various ways. They suck in ways that are very similar. This is, again, a monster movie. And at the end of the day, we want the monsters to destroy each other. We want Dracula and the Wolfman to destroy each other. I don't know what will happen. I don't know who will prevail. I know on paper Donald Trump is more powerful, but I think it says something that Trump has been hesitant to retaliate against Elon Musk in public, whereas Musk feels bold enough to take wild swings at Trump. So who knows what will happen, but it is wildly entertaining. And in the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.